This time last year I was in Hanoi in Vietnam. I travelled around Southeast Asia for exactly 1 year to the day, and I visited over 100 cities and towns in 10 different countries: Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Taiwan, Philippines and Myanmar. From the bustling cities of Bangkok and Kuala Lumpur to the mountainous villages of northern Laos. It really was quite an incredible experience. Following that, I returned to Europe and then continued on my travels, going to Sweden, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Czech Republic, Croatia, Montenegro, Bosnia, Serbia. Again, an incredible experience. Today I'm going to Grenoside. So I made it into the city centre, and now I'm just going to wait for a bus to take me up to Grenoside. And the bus what I need is either the 86 or 135, and they both leave from the same stop. So this is Angel Street, near the Communion restaurant over there. So I've got a 10-minute wait for this bus, and then the bus will take me about half an hour. So I've got my Greggs vegan sausage rolls, so I'm all good to go. So I've made it to Grenoside. The bus has dropped me off just outside the Grenoside Community Centre, and that's where the walk begins. So I've just got to walk up High Street now, and yeah, hopefully this map will be easier to follow than the previous two walks. So this is the main High Street in Grenoside. This is St Mark's Church. All new to me this. I don't think I've ever been to Grenoside. And the bus journey took me through South Green and Parsons Cross. But then it took a left turn into Grenoside, and almost immediately the environment changed. It already looks very nice around here. So we're just coming to this crossroads where we've got three pubs. Got the Angel, the Old Harrow and the Old Red Lion. And there used to be three coaching houses. So when the travellers used to come down the old Turnpike Road, they used to stop off in one of these old pubs. I can see two of them. I think the third one's just further up. And this is Grenoside Green. This looks very nice. Nice bench there. So yeah, so the road that crosses the Turnpike Road from Sheffield to Penistone and Huddersfield. And it used to be a library at some point, it was here, and then the local community decided to turn it into a green to prevent it being built on. And looks like a nice little place to come and have a sit down in the sun. Traditional butchers, you don't normally see them anymore. (1904), the old chapel. And there's another one around here somewhere. Something called the Primitive Methodist Chapel. So that's the Old Red Lion pub, and this is Lump Lane, and this is where I need to turn. I've just been reading about the main street through Grenoside, and apparently every year they have sword dancing. Grenoside sword dance team have danced on Main Street for well over 100 years. First recorded in 1910, and they still do so each Boxing Day morning outside the old Harrow. There's a public footpath coming up here. Maybe this is where I need to go. It's hard following directions and vlogging at the same time. Walking around with two devices on the go. On the left, where the public footpath runs towards the woods, there used to be a patch of open land used for meetings and pot sales. Turn right halfway down Lump Lane along the narrow well lane. Oh, well, I missed that. Okay, so this is where I need to go. I thought I got lost already. I was expecting to make a left down on that trail, but clearly not. Let's see where this brings me then. No idea what to expect from this walk today. Whether it's going to take me into the countryside, or whether it's just going to be around the village, I don't know. I mean, I've not really looked on the map. I'm just looking at each step as I come across it. So I want to be surprised. Right, okay. This is the old school. Part of it, anyway. Can I go in and explore? Well, maybe I'm not supposed to, but the fences are down. So the old board schools opened in 1884 and 1893 and remained in use until 2006. Wonder if you can get in. Am I going to get shouted at? No, can't see any way in. Oh, helicopters come for me. Okay, back to the main route then. Apparently I think I turned left down here, down the hill. So this is the Wesleyan Methodist Chapel, which was built in 1834. I think they've had the windows done before that. So I need to be walking, taking a right here down School Lane. Oh, there is an old school around here somewhere. I don't know if that's it. So is this the Grenoside reading room? I think it is old school. That's the old schoolhouse. There was a school in 1807 until sometime in the 1890s. And a place of worship as well. Some woman just came out. I think she was wondering what I was doing sticking a camera at her house. So it's a reading and snooker room now. Well, it was until very recently. There are plans to restore it back for general community use. So I just walked down to the bottom of School Lane, and this is now where you have an option. If you want to do a smaller walk, then you carry on up there and turn left, and then you pick up the walk at point 14 on the route. But if you want to do the longer walk, you cross over and come down here, which should be, yep, Cinder Hill Lane. And of course I'm doing the longer one, so let's see where this brings me. So apparently this, which is now houses, used to be an old farm building, and that's where the sword dancers used to practice. They used to make a right racket. It's getting quieter now, moving away from the main roads. Apparently somewhere around here there's something called the burial path. Not spotted anything yet. Oh, that's suddenly all changed. About 2.5 hours, I think, this walk. So if you add in any rest points and me doing the vlogs, then probably about 3 hours. Maybe this was the burial path. Let's go down and have a look. Not exactly sure what it is I'm looking for, but no, it's just an open space, and it's, yeah, can't get through there. Okay, back to the road. I reckon this is where I start to get lost, because the instructions now are telling me to look for some public footpath by a hedge, and that's usually where problems can arise, because a lot of these maps, all these routes are a few years old. So some of the styles that it tells you to look out for, or the the gates and things like that, what you're looking for, are not there anymore. So we shall see. I think I'm on this road for a bit. Apparently it bends left and then right again before I need to start looking. Didn't think I'd get to do this walk today, or any kind of walk, because I've been reading that we've got thunderstorms all week, so I kind of ruled out any possibility of doing a walk this week. But then I looked last night and it said it was going to be glorious today, and the thunderstorms start from tomorrow. So here we are, late last night, well, about 3 o'clock this morning, and we're trying to decide where to go, and here I am in Grenoside. Right, so obviously this is a thing, but do I go down there or do I follow it the other way? It's time to check the route. It says on the second bend before the row of cottages, and that was the first bend we've just done. This is the second bend, and apparently one of these houses, it's got a sign above the door saying it used to be a school. Can't see that. Alright, time to check the map again. Ah, well, that was nice, because I couldn't find a public footpath, couldn't find the house with the school written on it. And then a woman came out from the first house and said, "Are you looking for a footpath?" Which I was, and she says, "Yep, this is it, just here." And there was a sign for footpath, but it was behind a tree. So, and the sign for the school isn't there anymore. But I did say to her, "Did one of these used to be a schoolhouse?" And she says, "Yeah, this one." So just another example of how the routes that you download off the internet are not always accurate, because obviously they're a few years old and things change, especially in Grenoside. Anyway, this is where I am now, so I suppose I better see what my next thing that I need to look out for is. Well, it just tells me to take the footpath all the way up, and apparently I will cross over Whiteley Lane. So I'm hoping at the top of this there'll be Whiteley Lane, and that's I'm on track. I'm doing well today. Famous last words. Delicious, and hopefully not poisonous. I think I'll be trying one of them. Okay, so that's the end of this footpath, and the directions tell me to just cross straight over down a path. Doing well today. Oh, I thought that was a big bloody bird then. So apparently this is called Peggy Lane. My nan was called Peggy. I'm not sure it was named after her. In Peggy Lane there is a vlogger with an action cam. That was good, wasn't it? That was straight off the top of my head. Oh, what's this? I don't like big metal fences. What do I do now? Metal fences everywhere. Well, I think that's where I need to be. So that's where I'm going. I assume that's to stop vehicles. Right, so this is Peggy Lane. I wonder why it was named Peggy Lane. Anyone know why? Well, if I've come the right way, at some point they should bring me out to a stream, but I'm not so sure now. Oh, hang on. Horses have spotted me. Is that it? Well, it does say the old path Peggy Lane runs across fields with aged thorn trees. I don't know why I'm looking at that, like as if I'm going to be able to tell what kind of tree it is. Along the route and a little stone bridge over the stream. That's a little stone bridge. A wood-end hamlet before climbing left back up the hill to the woods around the village. So I'm presuming just around here is where I need to be. Oh. So to follow the road or the footpath? Well, I think I'm going to go in because they both just lead me back up to the A61 and this might be more interesting. Nice houses. Right, oh. Don't like beware of the dog signs. It looks like it's fenced off anyway. Oh, maybe not. I see a big dog running towards me any minute now. Very scary, I can't see one though. I think this walk might be shorter than it says on the route. It says 2.5 hours, but I've been going. What time did I start? It was about 12. I've only been going for 50 minutes, and it's already heading back on itself. Need to find somewhere to sit down and have my other vegan sausage roll. Well, I've only been in here 5 minutes and I'm right up to the road already. So that was much quicker than I was expecting. So I have come out at a different spot, so I need to go and find where I should have come out and continue on the walk. Which will be left. So I finally reached the, that's the road that I should have come up, but I went the alternative route. So I managed to come with that, and now it says I need to cross the A61, which I'm going to do now, onto a path, which it says bears left. That doesn't really bear left to me, but it might do once we get on it. Can't see any other paths, so it's got to be up there, isn't it? Surely. Ah, this is the bit where I get lost. Don't even know if this is a path. Yeah, it seems it is. Or is it? A few weeks ago I got lost in Willow Park and was struggling to find the path, but that was because it was about 11 o'clock at night. Pitch black. That was fun. I don't know if this is the path. This just seems to be taking me along the road. I thought it was going to go up into the woods. Maybe it will. Patience. This would be better if it wasn't right next to the main road, because all I can hear is traffic. So I'm hoping that this will just turn off and start heading deeper into the wood. There is, of course, the possibility that this is completely not the right path. Oh, it seems to be going up now. I think I'm going to find a nice bench in here somehow. Do either sit down, otherwise this walk's going to be over before it's even begun. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. A bit lost. So I came out of there, and obviously you can turn left, you can go straight on. I'll turn back into the woods. The instructions tell me to walk up there past Woodside Lane, which is that way, but the map tells me to come this way. So that's what I'm going to do. This kind of does make sense, because if that's Woodside Lane, then I am passing it. And the map just shows me walking along the perimeter of the wood. So we'll see where this brings us. Left, I think. Well, I've come out of the woods now, and this has brought me back to the old hour. The walk's not finished yet, because just on here there should be, in fact there it is, I can see it, another footpath. So, yep, going okay. That's where I'm supposed to be. And then I go up here. Done well today. Not got lost once. So this is the entrance to Weeterwood. Apparently, just around here, there used to be clog makers. till the early 20th century. I think that's where I leave. Well, I was supposed to walk down Bower Lane and see water troughs, Pinfold and Cupola. I didn't see any of it. And it says to retrace my steps up to Topside, where apparently the Grenoside Steelworks. But there's no signs for anything, so Cutler's cottages. Holly House, Hilltop Lane. Maybe that's what this is. Spindle Row, named after the goods produced there. Alright, let's have a look. So here it says, I walked an optional detour up to the top of the hill to a spot known locally as St Helena, the site of a former farm. Which apparently commands a wonderful view of the Upper Don Valley. I mean, it tells you about these cottages and what they used to be, but there's no name on the cottage, and could be any one of them. I don't know how far up here I'm supposed to go. Well, I got to the top of the hill, and there are nice views. Can't go over there to check out the views because that's private land. But there's this. No idea how far this goes on, or if it's even worth going up here. There's a public footpath sign further ahead, so I'm going to walk to that and see if it's worth continuing. Who knows, there might be amazing views from just up here. It's worth checking out now I've come this far. Oh, very nice. Hey, good views from up here? Good views? Yeah, I didn't know. I was walking up the hill and I thought it might just come to nothing, but yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, lovely. Say again? Well, I mean, when I looked over the weekend, it said thunderstorms for Monday, but then yesterday it said it was going to be nice all day, so it's starting to turn, isn't it, a little bit? I won't mind it now. I'm sweating so much, I won't mind a bit of rain. Take care, man. Yeah, that was definitely worth it. And there's even a nice bench. Looking over the valley. I always see that, unfortunately. Not sure where this goes, but I do need to go back where I came, so I'm not going to go down there because that's only going down anyway, so this is going to be the best views. The rolling hills of Sheffield.
Where has the been since I saw thee on Ilklemore Bartat? Where has the been since I saw thee? Where has the been since I saw thee on Ilklemore Bartat? On Ilklemore Bartat? On Ilklemore Bartat?
So if you do the Grenoside walk. I would highly recommend taking the optional walk up to the top of Hilltop Lane, is it? Because that is where you'll get the best views. Get the views over the whole city. Sheffield city centre's over there. I think that's Bridge down there. But for the sake of an extra 5-10 minutes, it's definitely worth doing. Copwood Cottage. Is this Stephen Lane or something? Stephen something? Yeah. I need to go down here. Well, this housing estate was built on the remains of an old quarry, and I think this is pretty much where the walk ends. The map that I downloaded from, I think it was the Cross Ramblers website. There's something wrong with the file, because the bottom half of the last page is missing, so this is where it pretty much ends. So I'm going to make my way back towards Main Street and get back on a bus. This looks like an old pub. Cow and Calf. Very nice. Right, okay, that's me done then for another week. Nice short walk. It took about, let's have a look. I started about 12 and it's 2:15, so yeah, 2 hours 15 minutes. That's with a couple of short breaks. So not the longest of walks, and the distance isn't that great, but it was nice. In and out of the area, through the woods, nice views over the city and the old communities like Bridge and things like that. And just at the bottom of the road there, I've just seen a bus, so I'm guessing that must be the main street where I'll be getting a bus and returning back to Gleedless, where I'm on curry making responsibilities tonight. So I think I'll be making a garlic chili chicken. Never made that one before. So yeah, that's me done. See you later.
Yes.